What's happening, Blades? So I'm coming on for a quick one today. I'm conscious that I can rattle on sometimes, which is the whole purpose of it being called a ramble. But I'm hoping that I'll have more to talk about after the game tomorrow. So we might even do a live, to be honest. It won't be straight after because Sheffield United away will be doing their match reaction. Don't help any of us if we're crossing each other over. But maybe Thursday night or something like that, we're looking to doing a live, dependent on result. So I don't think I've come down from Wembley yet, but I mean, watched that game last night, and I didn't think either of them looked bothered first half. Neither Luton nor Borough. It was more Borough obviously rested majority of their players. Cameron Archer, what a player he is. I'm glad that I've got it on record how early we called for him, because he's going to go on to be some player. He won't play in Championship next year. I'll be surprised if Villa let him go permanently. I think Borough have got best chance of getting him on loan if they go up. If they don't go up and he's available for loan, it'd be my number one target, because we need a goal scorer, and I think he'd do it a level above. Whether he's happy to play second fiddle to Ollie Watkins at Villa, because they only play with one striker at the moment, time will tell. But he's a great prospect for them, and I'm sure Villa won't let him go permanently. But that's by the by. I thought, obviously, he scored in what was essentially a weakened Borough team, and then Luton deservedly got back into it through a Tom Lockyer header. I like Tom Lockyer. He's somebody that Andy the Blade spotted some time since, and he were in League Team of the Year, weren't he, this time? So looks decent, and maybe one to look at if Luton don't go up, but Luton looks strong. Carlton Morris, who's been a great signing for him. I think he's got a lot of good attributes. Some people have put his name in the mix for us. You know, whether he's a sort of low-risk punt, if you like, for a Premier League signing. But that was never a penalty last night, were it? Let's be right. He's dived for it. Refs bought it. I'm not one for awful decision by ref, and I saw a lot online about shocking decision from these EFL refs. To be honest, in real time, I thought it were a pen, particularly coming from where referee, what camera were originally behind ref, and it looked like a penalty. It's only when you slow it down that you see, and from the angle that's obvious, that he's stumbled and he's dived for it. But anyway, that happens in football. With Sheffield United, we don't expect any favours from anybody. I'm just hoping that this gears us up for tomorrow night now, and I think it will. It's better knowing that you have to win than knowing that you have to draw. And the fact that we've got 3 more chances after, it's like 4 match points, isn't it, that we're at now? So I'm hoping tomorrow night gives me Ipswich 18-19 vibes, where we, forget the maths. Well, going into that game, there were only ever going to be one winner. And the one thing that I think will happen is, because we've been chased, it's been quite a nervy home crowd at times this season, for majority, to be honest. It's quite quiet in John Street at times, and it's difficult to get people singing, and I understand why. It's a nervous watch, particularly when we've been scraping 1-0s and winning by the odd goal. But because we've got 4 chances, essentially, to go up now, it'll relax the crowd, I think, which will mean that we'll enjoy it more than we will be nervy. So I'm fully expecting Bramall Lane to be rocking tomorrow. I hope so, because we can make it happen. And I can't see any other result at the moment. And listen, I can say this, and if it jinxes us, it jinxes us. We can afford to lose. Let's be right. We don't want to. We want to get it nailed as soon as we can. But we can afford to lose this game. So chances are we'll win it. And I'm all for it. So only question left to ask is, what's your team? So my team is strongest available, I think. Wes in goal, Anel, Egan, Robbo, Baldock right wing back, Max Lowe left wing back, Tommy Doyle coming back in. I'm having him alongside Sander, with McAtee just behind Iliman and McBurney. I think we will start like house on fire, hopefully get an early goal, settle some on-pitch nerves, and just roll with it from there. I think tweeted yesterday that I think the result last night is worst case scenario for West Brom, never mind us, because we will be determined to go out and get the job done tomorrow night. Can you imagine win this game and you're promoted, you double your money, you get a huge bonus, you get all these sort of things that go with being a Premier League player. You give it everything, wouldn't you? So really excited for tomorrow night, really excited. Think we could do it, think we will do it. And if we don't, then Saturday's going to be a hell of a day, isn't it? So great times to be a Blade. I don't know if you've noticed this morning, sort of things reported on Twitter. Fabrizio Romano, I think that's how you say his name. We don't often mix in these circles, you see. He talks about big name players and, you know, he's the one that reported on Poch potentially going back to Chelsea and all this sort of thing. He's always in the circles and in the know as to what's going off. And he's reported today that it's likely Iliman Ndiaye gets a big money move in the summer. It's what we talked about in the last video, that he's not going to sign a new deal with Sheffield United. The sensible decision for the club is that we sell him. Now, it's up to him whether he goes or not, because he could run his contract down. But you've got to think that if one of the big clubs, there's rumours that I think Fabrizio mentions Everton, who he's already turned down, but clubs in Italian league. So if an AC Milan, a Juventus, any big club like that comes in, then he's going to go, I think. And we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It's just keeping you up in the loop as and when news happens. So let me know what your team would be for tomorrow night. I can't see many veering too much from what I've suggested. But I think the interesting conversations from here will be, what would you do with the teams for the last, if we do it tomorrow night, what would be your teams for the remaining games? Personally, I throw Billy in for the last three, because I think it's going to be his last season with us. I'd like him to get his goal. And there'll be other calls like that to make. Get Brooks in, get Arblaster in, Koulibaly, give him some game time. You know, it's good positions to be in, because we're in a strong position, aren't we? So, really looking forward to it. Hope to see as many of you down there as I can. Triple point before the game, as per. That's the plan anyway at the moment. Come on, you red and white wizards. Up the Blades!
Well, now's the time is now.